I'm Melissa Mancini from Canadian HR Reporter TV. I recently sat down with Demers from CanAmm Occupational Testing to talk about testing employees for drug use.
Employers should know that drug and alcohol testing is legal, provided the purpose is safety, and that if it is done in a way that respects the dignity of the employee and is implemented in a manner that is similar to any other safety system, so that there's proper training, proper provision of service, and that checks and balances are in place.
What does an employer have to do to run a drug and alcohol testing program?
Hopefully, as an employer, you've already introduced a program, meaning that you have a written policy, you've had training to supervisors on the floor, such that you have at least one supervisor, hopefully two supervisors, observe that individual and document the signs and symptoms of impairment in accordance with that formal training. So as an employer, the first duty of care is to remove the risk. So bring the individual out of safety-sensitive duties, inform them of what it is you're doing, so that you're enforcing the policy. You're asking them to go in to do a drug and alcohol test. If they refuse, then again, they are violating the program. They are subject to an offer of conditions of continued employment. In the event that they do end up going in for testing and they test negative, for example, on drugs and alcohol, then that's just a part of the investigation. The physical signs and symptoms of impairment that are observed are still there, still need to be addressed. The drug test is actually just a tool. Anybody can do a drug test. It's what you do with the results of the drug test and how you manage the risks, which are, in some cases, a true medical disability, being substance abuse. And in those instances, the employer does have a requirement to accommodate through offering a conditions of continued employment. Of course, they're not simply going to accommodate blindly. They're going to make sure that there are checks and balances in place to ensure public safety. So there will be a return to duty test to ensure that the individual is clear before they re-enter into safety-sensitive roles. There will have been a formal SAP evaluation on the individual with customized recommendations for treatment, could be off-site, could be education, and a regimen for ongoing follow-up tests. That way the employer knows and is managing that risk.